Great battling with you, Shawn.
Nice save, David.
Hey, all you aliens, good to be racing with you again.
Yeah, same here.
Watch out, Les been practicing all day.
I got it, bud. They moved the race to August on me.
'76 finish.
Pitting out.
Oh, almost lost it.
Pitting out.
all three servers should be up. I almost forgot about trying this other one now. So this one I'm now doing is the caster one instead of the switchboard. So I just want to compare the quality, see if it's any real difference between the two. So I'll probably defer to you guys after the race today or on Thursday.
Alright, yeah, I'll have a look at it. So it just has to do with the multi-stream, right?
Yep, yeah, just basically I have to pay a little bit to do a multi-stream, at least as far as I know. I'm going to still research a little bit. Hi, big boy. I got one of the kitties trying to jump on my lap. One of the probably have to pay for. I haven't found a free option yet, which isn't a big deal. These aren't too expensive in the grand scheme of it. To just see which one. I just want to get the one that does a better job, basically, for everything.
Yeah, no, it sounds good.
So I like the restream one. It's just the price is a bit high, but it'd be nice to have like all the chat built in together, where like
Yeah,
I
I
can
mean, when
see
you
all of it
figure
in
it out
one.
over a year, maybe it's not that big.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll say I'll let you guys practice because I know you got qualifying in like 20ish.
Yeah, I'm not gonna qualify, not with this kind of field.
Yeah, it says looks like a full field almost, right? I see 31 at the moment.
I expected a lot, then it'll tone down. Then
Well, do you guys run? That's like yeah. Do you guys run 33 for Indy, or do you run it as big as you can get?
I have 43 set up.
Okay, so you can run 43 Indy cars. That's what I wasn't sure about. And then the guys with the 3-digit numbers, those are guys who are trying to work their way into the league, right?
Mostly the 900 numbers, the regular 3 digits or whatever, but for sure 900s are new guys that want to get, if they want to get into the next, to the Cup League, they have to have some 4 clean races, and then they can.
Okay. So the 131, he's a regular then.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, we got a lot of odd numbers that probably need to work on, and we got people that don't race, so pretty much after this I may call some of the people out too that haven't raced at all.
I was gonna say, ask Larry
Open up
or
some,
ask Eric Laurie if he wants the 71 instead of the 071s. I feel like I stole that one from him. Alrighty, well, good luck, you guys.
Thanks, Kyle.
from New Zealand.
One more quick question. Sorry. Still 2 fast repairs, right?
Correct.
Thank you. Alright, good evening everyone. Say welcome to the Green White Checkered TV. Say we're broadcasting tonight for the Area 51 Racing League. They're running the Indy Series tonight at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for 100 laps. This is their first race of, I believe it's a 12 race segment. So I don't have the stats on me at the moment, unfortunately. However, this is race number 1 of this segment. So this is kind of when things are going to be getting going, and say hopefully I'll say if you're listening, Bud, or anybody else who's listening, feel free to let me know if my microphone is working now. Say I had myself muted while we were just in practice and everything. Say drivers are qualifying at the moment. There is only about 30 seconds left in the time. Say it looks like there is definitely going to be some strategy about starting in the back versus trying to be up front, as obviously with these Indy cars they draft pretty aggressively. You can get really big runs, really big slingshots, and so it's definitely going to put on a pretty exciting show tonight. I have a feeling for you guys. So looking forward to starting off the season here with Area 51 over on the Green White Checkered TV. Alright, so qualifying has just finished up, and really close between those top 3 in the qualifying. So I'll show you the grid as they start lining up here to race. And so starting on the front is, you've got Gabe Butler in the number 1 machine, and then 5 thousandths of a second behind him was Levi Cox. In third, just 1/1000 slower, was the 19 of Shawn Langdon. In fourth is Corey Lane in the 10. Starting in 5th position is Bud Steele in the 6 machine. 7th is Richard Nash in the 984. And so some of these drivers, you'll see they have a pretty high, like a 900 plus number. That's due to the fact that the drivers with the 9s in front of their number are ones that are trying to basically kind of work their way in to become full-time drivers for this league. So just if you see those, that's kind of what you'll see on that one. And then starting in the 7th position is Craig Forsyth in the 131. Then Chad Wilkes in the 987 is in the 8th position. In 9th is Adam Brady. And then rounding out the top 10 is James Ledford in the 48. So and then I'll run through the rest of the field here, as you can see where the other drivers are starting. And so we mentioned there is definitely some strategy going on tonight for who wants to start where. Definitely a potential might be a little better off starting a little further back in the field. Just depends on how dicey things get early. So I think you're going to see some guys just kind of take it easy and then go after it from there. So I'll move back up to the front here. So the cars are just coming out of the pits now. Or not out of the pits, starting the grid I should say for the start here. And so here at the Area 51 Racing League, they are going to be running 100 laps, as I mentioned, and they have 2 faster pairs that are able to be used, and they have 3 green-white checkers if needed for the race. So, say kind of part of where we got the idea of the name. I say did some hunting around, didn't find that name being used anywhere, so that was kind of the idea of the green-white checker TV for the network. Because now that iRacing has it implemented, it definitely is a fitting title, because you'll see with some of these races here and all sorts of other leagues, when it kind of comes down to crunch time, everybody ramps it up a little bit and definitely adds for the potential of a green white checker during the race. So but like I said, these cars are a lot of fun to race. I ran some with these guys before, and then also just in other various Indy races and such, and yeah, it's always been a blast to race these cars here. Very fast. You always have to be really on your toes, just the way these things pick up a lot of speed. And so Make sure my mic is working now that I'm looking at this. Check here real quick, I apologize. Oh, there's my mic. Yep. Okay, mic's definitely working. I was looking at the wrong part of the screen. I apologize. Alright, so pace cars pulling off. It's going to put it into the hands of the pole sitter, Gabe Butler. And once it goes green, let's say the starts are controlled by the green flag. So saying the green is out. And saying you got a pretty good start there by the one machine as well as the 14 Levi Cox. They're side by side here through turns 1 and 2. Or should I say turns 1, here's turn 2. And say this is going to be where the drafting comes in play. If people are going to start just taking it easy, or are they going to start trying to dice right away? There's definitely some strategy play that you can do where you pretty much just kind of slingshot each other. But you got to be careful. If you're going to do it, you got to make sure you do it right. So it's definitely a potential for troubles if you don't work with the person correctly, if someone washes up and things of that nature. So say coming out of the start-finish line here, looks like it's going to be right at the line. Can't tell who got the lead that time by. It looks like it was Levi Cox over Shawn Langdon. I'll say it was not by much. I couldn't even tell what it was, honestly, at the ticker there. So you can see this field's definitely spread out a little bit. Some of the guys in towards the back are probably just going to ride. Expect to see a yellow, but you can see this top 10, 15 are really nose to tail right here at the moment. I'm saying they're able to put on. I'm saying this is where right now tires are fresh, still full of fuel. So this is where they're going to be driving at their best right now. So you're going to see some defensive driving here. You can see right now the 14 Levi Cox. He's going to hold that bottom line because if they can't get that run on him on the outside, he's got to have that preferred line through the turns itself. So that's going to be something you're definitely going to see with these guys depending on what their strategy is for the race. Obviously, the person leading is going to be burning the most fuel. Oh, as I see trouble there further down the back, caution is out. So I have to take a look and see who was involved there. I believe the 941 looks like he was one of the drivers in it. Let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, you can see a lot of damage to that machine. However, he'll be able to use one of those two faster pairs. That was Cody Cox in the number 2, unfortunately, who was involved. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened here. Looks like he may have just got a nudge there. Possibly a little bit of net code as well from the car on the inside. Can't quite catch the number offhand here. Yeah, a little bit of net code, but they're running really close there. Just got him out of shape. And then from there just got into the wall and just kind of threw the car there. Really big hit there. Looks like, we'll see 971. Oh, we'll say 971 gets the 071 gives him a shot. Looks like he may have gotten away with it. So that's one of those things that sometimes you can benefit from here. I'm sorry, switch that back to where it should have been. So yeah, so unfortunate for him to say. However, again, he was able to pull away here, so probably able to use one of those faster pairs. So he's going to try to see if he can limp it to his pits here because you don't want to have to take a tow. That way you can make sure you stay on the lead lap ideally. But looks like he may not be able to make it all the way to his pit stall. We'll see here as we keep an eye on that. So say he's kind of running out of steam. So I can't quite see where his pit stall is, unfortunately. So I think there's going to probably be a tow in his future, unfortunately. I'll say as up front, make sure I'm at the end of session. Let's go to the leader here. See a little bit of mixed bag here on the pit strategy. Looks like you got a couple of cars coming in right now. So take a look, see. So leader stayed out. So this first car that came in, I believe, is the one of Gabe Butler. He was the pole sitter of the race, so he's going to try for some pit strategy here, it looks like. Again, this is one where you can save a lot of fuel, and you might be able to, if you can make one less stop here as fast as these cars run through the through this track, I'll say if you can pit one less time, it's worth a ton. So definitely going to be something to keep an eye on. Say it looks like feels about split in half with who pitted or not. It looks like from about, I'd say 20th or so on back probably made a pit stop here. So I think I saw the 071 coming out. Yeah, there he is right there. Yeah, it looks like the first one to come out of the pits is most likely obviously the one of Gabe Butler. He'll be the first one to hit his pit stall and get service done to that car. So make sure if I'm actually live, just the way it's acting. Yeah, we're not live here. My apologies. I think I had it set wrong where I wasn't running at full speed. Everything was still at the partial speed. So yeah, apologies for that. So I'm going to let everything cycle around here though. That way we can see where actually everybody's going to shake out there. Try to take a look for the 941. He is in the pits. He's probably still getting his toe, unfortunately, so he's going to be a lap down. So he's going to have to work on trying to get that lap back here. Alright, let's get back to the leader here. Alright, so back up front to 14. So we're going to let everything cycle through here. We're going to see where the pit stop cycles kind of go through here. As I mentioned, some people pitted, some did not. Let's say not one to go yet this time by. So I'll probably go one to go this next time. That's the same thing. I think you'll probably see a little bit of topping off with some of these guys, just trying to stretch what they can on the fuel. So let me switch over here real quick. Apologize. So I can make sure I can catch if there's any messages or anything along those lines here. Alright, so looks like there's still just a couple of people that pitted this last time by. The 90 was one. That's John Brill. Saw the 80 pop in as well. That's Diego Vasquez. And then I think I see the 12 as well. Robert Richards, he's coming out right now. And I believe, let me double check here. No, I think the 941 may have retired. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'll have to double check on that one as we progress along here. And then as for the pit stops, so it looks like the top 15 stayed out, whereas Gabe Butler in the one, he's going to be the first one that actually made a pit stop there. So we'll see if any of these guys also decide to top off here on the one to go. That's going to be definitely a potential. Just to get that little bit of extra fuel. Because with these cars, you actually cannot shut the motor off and then fire it back up very easily. I've learned that myself the hard way. It's very easy, unfortunately, to get yourself stalled and then have to take a tow back to the pits to get going again. So no onboard starters on these machines, so definitely don't give that a try. So you might be able to bump start it, but you got to be really careful with these cars doing that kind of a thing. So just for future, if any of you guys want to get into the IndyCar racing and you're trying to save some fuel, probably just safer just to clutch it. So you see a couple, looks like they're going to head in here to top off. So it looks about 2 or 3. It's like Logan Helton may be the first one taking advantage of that in the 63 car. And then a little further back is David Overstreet in the 989. So these guys are just going to top off just to get that little bit of extra fuel. Say you'll see it should be a pretty quick stop here. They may be taking tires too, just why not at this point. I say, yeah, there's a handful of guys coming in that were a little bit further back from the get-go as well. They're all hopping in as well here. So a little bit of a big bag here on fuel. Say it's only about a 3 to 4 lap difference on the fuel, especially like I mentioned with the cautions. So I'll say as we lined up back up here, we're double file for the restart. So you can see everybody kind of getting lined back up here. You're going to see a few more cars that are going to kind of fill the back of that field. They're still coming out of the pits right now, like the 36, the 62, the 90, the 989. So they're going to have to hustle to make sure they can catch up to them. Again, these things are really quick, so I don't think they'll have too much trouble. But I say if you're one of the last ones leaving the pits, it's going to be a little bit tight. But again, we're early in the race, so I'm sure they'll probably have opportunities to make up that track position should they need to. So yeah, so say coming around here, turn 3, going to be approaching turn 4. The pace car will go off, and then it's going to put it back into the hands of the number 14 machine. So I'll hop on board with him here. See if we can get a listing if he's, say it's about 3,000 RPM. I think right now that's definitely him clutching it. Yeah, so he's saving the fuel where he can as well, which is, again, that's definitely something you want to try to do if you can. So we're gonna ride on board with him and say we'll do that right rear camera on his number 14 machine. See what he's able to do here on this restart. So he gets a good start there. He's able to get about a half a car length or so on the 10 machine on his outside. And you can see from here he's able to gap him out. Let's say the only problem is with these cars, the draft is just so big with them that he's gonna basically, they're just gonna kind of chase him down here. So he's gonna want to try to stay out of their draft if possible. You can see right there the 10 got a really big run on exit. Oh, as I say, that caution's back out again. Try to see if we can see where it happened. Try and take a look at some of the cars here. So I see the 071 pretty far back, but I don't think he was involved. Let's take a look though how his car's looking. Yeah, he looks alright. So maybe around the 989. See if we can see some damage on some of these guys. Well, let's go back and see if we can find it. Oh, that is actually the 71, so I'm going to say he was involved. He may have just looped it though, which would be really good for him. That way he doesn't have to worry about using one of those faster pairs. So let's go and speed it up just a little bit here. Say coming into the turn. Oh, looks like he had to react. Oh yeah, who was that right in front of him? Looks like he checked up a bunch, and that's kind of what got him there. Oops, again, I'm in the wrong view. Apologies. Can't quite tell which car that is there. Let's go back. Oh, actually. Why is this? Oh, I see what's happening. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna fix one of my settings here real quick. That way that stops popping up. Frame on that. Alright. So yeah, I got a couple cars go around. So I see some wing damage, and that's actually one thing to mention as well. Wing damage is actually pretty easily repairable if it's the front wing. The rear wing and such, not as much, unfortunately. So that's going to be something that they're going to have to take a look at. Probably have to get repaired. So we're going to move back over these guys. Take a look here. If we can take a look at his right rear. Yeah, you can see that back wing is still bent up on that machine. So you see the 80s with him as well. He looks alright. The 44 is good. I think that's a 984 is one of the cars I see. He looks alright as well. So yeah, we're gonna have to see if he's gonna stick with that damage or he's probably gonna get it repaired. I would have to assume here. It's usually not really one you wanna mess with, unfortunately. So let's see. I'm working on adjusting my settings here. That way I don't keep popping up that little screen there. Apologies for that. Alright, let's get back up front here. And so as I was saying, this is going to actually, I think this is where that pit strategy is going to come into play even more so now. Just because of the fact that at this point it's like, well, you know what? I topped off that last time. Why not just top off again? Looks like Craig Forsyth might be the first one that did it there in the 131 machine. So here he comes coming out of the pits there. So he's going to be obviously behind a handful of drivers, but at this point now he's going to have about 10 lap fresher tires and fuel. Again, a fair chunk of that was run under yellow, but again, I mean, that's still, I mean, 10 laps is 10 laps. You can definitely do some strategy with that. I mean, that's a tenth of the race distance at this point. I say we've got 10 down with 91 to go. Saying this is a tricky track. I'd say it's definitely pretty single grooved here. I mean, obviously you can make that middle line work if you need to, but in general, if you can get away with it, you're gonna want to be on that inside and trying to protect that spot if you can. So that's definitely gonna be something we're gonna have to keep an eye on here. So let me get my chats open here. All right. So let's take a look. So right now we're focused on the 131 like I mentioned. So we're going to go up front. while we're hanging out, is that we can run through the field a little bit. So again, starting off with the 14 car of Levi Cox, he started in the second position, running in the first position. The 10 of Corey Lane started in the fourth position, is up to second. And third is the 19 of Shawn Langdon, as well started third and is running third. And Bud Steele is fourth. He started fifth and is currently running in the fourth position. In fifth is Chad Wilkes, and he started in the eighth position. Running sixth is the 974 of Mark Rabilis. Also, again, I got to learn some of these names. I'll say this is kind of my first go around with some of these guys. In the seventh position is Adam Brady. He's in the 976. He started in the ninth, and then in eighth is James Ledford in the 48 machine. He started in the 10th position. In ninth is the 908 of Gaston Ariano. He started 16th. And then rounding out the top 10 is Matt Smith in the 995. And he started in the 14th position. So that's the top 10 at the moment. Again, we're still really early on. Just basically got still 90 laps to go in this one. I think it's one of those things like I'm sure a little bit of nerves, especially for some of those guys with the 900 numbers. Trying to get used to all the new drivers, new names, new faces. You kind of learn how everybody drives. It's a really normal league thing for almost like growing pains, I guess you could say in a way. So I'm sure that's gonna keep improving as these guys get more and more laps together. They do a really good job of kind of adjusting as they go. So definitely look forward to kind of keeping on going through the season here with them. So it looks like the lights are off on the pace car, so that's going to put it back into the hands of Levi Cox once they go back to green. And then again, so this will be... So I should have actually checked this. Unfortunately, I do not know what the fuel range is on these guys. I'll have to try to keep an eye on that. There might be some differing strategy if they want to run it all the way out to the end, or if they want to just kind of split it up as evenly as they can, pending yellows and things of that nature. So I'm going to double check my ticker here. I think with the yellows it may not be updating correctly, so I'll have to keep an eye on that for you guys as well. So once we get back to green, I'll check it out, because yeah, those times are obviously not accurate at the moment, so we'll keep an eye on that as well, make sure everything's working well. So but yeah, so again, this is the Area 51 Racing League. So this is the Indy series that they run on Tuesdays. They also have a few other series. I'll be broadcasting their Cup series as well on Thursday nights, and then I believe they also have some races on Wednesdays. That's broadcast on another channel. So definitely check this league out. Like I said, they got a good group of guys. It's not one of those ones where if you make one mistake, your night's over. You do have the two faster pairs, so if you get caught up in somebody else's mess, you got a chance to kind of rebound and make your way back up there. And it's a good group of guys. I've enjoyed racing with them when I have here and there. Just been trying to find time. Started playing around with this broadcasting thing, so they kind of asked if I'd be willing to give it a try with them, and so I really appreciate the opportunity to kind of get Green White Checkered TV up and running with them, and look forward to seeing what I can make happen with these guys. So pace car is in. It's going to put it back again into the hands of the number 14 of Levi Cox. So waiting for the green flag to fly. So as they do this, you're going to see them get going right here. So I saw one guy drop off into the pits. There was the 90 of John Brill. I'll have to see what's going on there. Maybe possibly a penalty he's trying to serve right off the bat there. But again, 14 gets a really good start there, and he's able to kind of control that line, get that arc in there so he doesn't have to pin it down too much, able to keep some momentum. But then you're going to see, once he gets to the straightaway, though, he's going to want to try to protect that bottom. However, you can see that car next to him, I believe is 19 of Shawn Langdon. He's going to go after to see if he can clear him entering turn 3. Can't quite do it. Let's take a look here on the left. So you can kind of see right there. Going to see if he can make that. He's going to try to grab that draft, see if he can pick back up on him. He's going to make another shot on it. He's trying to basically try to use that slipstream, use that momentum, see if he can swing back around him. But at the moment, it doesn't look like he's going to have what he needs to get by him here. So I still see that ticker is definitely acting strange here. I'm going to see if I can do something about it. So if not, I'll just have to kind of say it looks like the positions are right, just the intervals are being very odd at the moment. But up front though, still the 14 hanging on to it. So you can see starting to switch around a little bit. Looks like the 987 is now going to be battling for that lead spot here. So he's got a good run going on. So let's see if he can get enough of a push here. Looks like he's not going to quite have it though. That's the 97 of Chad Wilkes. Yeah, just doesn't quite have the run he needs to make that happen yet. But you can see though that you can kind of see that's kind of what you have to do. You try to get a really good toe, and then if you can get it where you need to, make a big run on it. If you can clear him on the entry, that's going to be what you have to do. And just it doesn't look like he has the help he needs to get that push to make it happen at the moment. But he's definitely giving it everything he can right now. So we're going to take a look through the field here a little bit, as well as things are kind of dicing up a little bit as they move around here. Say it's hard to move around because say they're they're dicing everywhere right now. So it looks like they're actually kind of mellowing out a little bit here towards the back. Say still some 2x2, but up front though they're definitely trying to dice for the lead right here. And it's one of those things again, just protecting that lead position. It's definitely important here with these cars. But I'll say that 987, he's not giving up. He's going to try to see if he can find a way to make it happen. Just it's going to be really tough to do. And so he kind of gets right to him on the entry, but then once he gets through the turns, obviously the short distance, they're still able to keep it flat-footed, and so just isn't quite what he needs it to be. And again, this is where he doesn't have enough drafting help, which I say it's one of those things like cars behind you actually really do help you on this one. So he couldn't get to the bottom and try to get that little bit of an extra toe because you had that car on the bottom there, but this time he's far enough away where you're going to see he's going to tuck in here. And I think he's going to see if he can get enough of a run. So he can give it another shot here. You can see. So he gets there. Gets probably about halfway up. And there's say 3 wide. Oh, he might just. Oh, if he's willing to squeeze him, he say decided to play it a little bit safe there. Say didn't squeeze him. He probably could have tried to chop his nose. Probably wasn't the best idea there. Problem is now that's going to open the door for that car behind him, which is again I think that is actually which number is that now? I'm waiting for that to cycle through. It's going through so quick. I think that's actually, okay, that is the 19 of Shawn Langdon. Yep, okay, that's him right there. Let's go back to the 14, see what he's able to do here. So I don't think so you can see right here, the 97 just doesn't have that. He had that one really good chance, just couldn't quite make what he needed to on it. So he's going to kind of arc it in there. And so yeah, so Levi Cox is able to kind of protect that bottom right now, doing everything he can here, which is kind of it's not stacking up the guys behind him by any means. He's not doing anything wrong. It's just I say obviously with the way this draft is. Oh, as I see a car going around in the back, so I have to take a look, see who that was. Let's see here, that was the 12. Oh, he's stuck. Oh, that's not good. He's gonna have to take a tow for that, unfortunately. Let's take a look, see what happened there for Robert Richards. That looked like a moment. So they're looking 3 wide here. And then I don't know if he wants to protect the bottom too much. Oh yeah, he just two inside and then just catches the wall. Oh my goodness. Just yeah, caught that the entry wall. That's something you have to be careful with these cars. I actually cost myself a win here because I was being too afraid of the inside wall. I didn't protect enough, and somebody was able to squeeze to the inside of me. So luckily, it looks like he was the only car involved in this. But man, that's a moment. So he's gonna definitely have to use one of those fast repairs here. Again, this is definitely the benefit of this being not the actual real deal, because that would have been very bad for these guys. So luckily, obviously, he'll be okay. Probably pride hurt a little bit there, but say get one of those fast repairs. Might have to get a lucky dog here at some point to try to get his lap back. But yeah, well, I'm sure he'll get back here after it in just a moment. So I'm gonna do real quick while we're under yellows. I'm gonna mute myself here and keep the cameras on, but I'm gonna cycle my my broadcasting stuff because I want to see if I can get this timing and scoring working correctly, because it is definitely not working. So I want to see if I can do something here. So I want to make sure some of the other info is correct. Take a look at the race summary. Yeah, that's all looking good, but for whatever reason, just can't get the timing and scoring is just way off, which would be nice to have accurate for you guys. So let me look or see if I can find something that I can maybe get this working better, because it's been working fine on my previous yeah, see the intervals are showing wrong here too, as I'm looking at different things. So yeah, just give me one moment here. I'm going to cycle this out and see if I can get it working correctly, and then we'll be back with you guys momentarily. As I'm actually, before I do that, you'll notice only 2 cars stayed out, so that may not be what they were hoping for there. The 14 and the 987 looks like they're the only 2 that stayed on track. The rest of the field is in the pits, so they could be a little bit of sitting ducks in this position here. It's definitely somewhere I have to keep an eye on to see how that goes, especially on the pit strategy if they start getting some long green runs in. So again, I'm going to step away real quick, and then we will see. I'll definitely get back on here before the one to go. Alright, I am back. Ticker's looking much happier now. That makes me feel better about things. I'll say, I'm going to see if the pace cars are going to come around here and take the one to go. I don't think it's quite that point yet. It's probably going to be one more time around here before we get the one to go. Yeah, lights are still on. However, this ticker is looking much, much better. So I think we're in pretty good shape here. Hopefully it doesn't act up again. I'll keep an eye on if I need to do anything with the... Let's see. Okay, that's definitely not helpful. I might have to manually click on the caution green and stuff like that. So if the colors don't match what's going on the track, apologies. That's just probably going to have to be under manual control at this point. Alright, so I'm going to try to go through the field here again. So we mentioned already Levi Cox there in the lead. It's changed it a little bit here behind him. So you've got the 987 of Chad Wilkes. So let me do this. Of Chad Wilkes here in the 987 machine. In second place, started in the 8th position. Has been able to lead 2 laps, so he's been able to steal a few laps away from Levi. Then you got the 982, or sorry, 992 of Jonathan Mew. Started 38th and is in the 3rd position. So he did some pit strategy here, and I actually really like his strategy. He's kind of in the happy medium. So those 2 in front of him have run the whole race so far on their same tires and fuel, which is 22 laps. He's at 13 laps, so he's kind of in that middle, because everybody else now is showing 2 laps on their tires and fuel since they just pitted under that yellow. So he's got about 10 laps more fuel than the guys in front of him, and about 10 laps less fuel than those guys behind him. Behind him is Shawn Langdon. Same thing. He's been trying to fight for that lead spot up front. He was able to lead 1 lap so far. The 6 of Bud Steele, he's always one to kind of keep an eye on. He usually doesn't show his hand too early, but you can never tell with Bud. It's like usually he's got something up his sleeve towards the end of the race. So I think he's called his shot before a few times as well, and it's panned out for him, I believe, in one of my test races. Then you got the 10 of Corey Lane. Pretty much been up front during this race. And then you got the 28 of Charles Robinson, or sorry, Charles Johnson. Apologies, I read that wrong. Started 27th in the 7th position, so he's made a really good charge here. You've got the 974 of Mark Rabilis. We mentioned him already a little earlier as well. Started 11th is in 8th, and then in 9th is Adam Brady, which is the 976. Started 9th, currently 9th, so he's kind of holding station. And then running at the top 10 is Matt Smith in the 995, started 14th and is currently 10th. So we're going to go back up front here to the leader. There we go. And then say they're going to on the one to go here, so we're going to do the same thing here. Keep an eye on these guys, see what he's able to make happen on this restart. I think you're going to see the same thing again. He's going to have to try to protect that inside line here. So the trick's going to be also to see how long on fuel can they go. Is he going to possibly get caught out by having to pit, and then maybe let's say caution comes out at the wrong time and he's going to lose that track position. So definitely a lot of things that could happen. Say we haven't got to that point yet, so to wait and see. Say we've got 78 to go, just about quarter distance on this race. Says the pace car's off, so waiting for the flag to go green, and you'll see both these guys just drop the hammer and send it off here into turn 1, flat foot all the way through. Really good start there by Levi. Is he going to be able to clear the 987? He's going to jump to the bottom, try not to lose that track position, and that's going to allow Levi to kind of get that arc like I talked about. He's going to try to, he might have to protect here and there, like you can see, like there, yeah, he dropped to the bottom just a little bit just to be safe. So you want to get that, let him get the run on him. So now he's same thing. He's going to probably, yeah. See, he's kind of moving around. But once they get close enough, he's going to get to that bottom. As I say that, though, they're looking 3 wide for the lead. So you got the 19 trying to make a charger. Got a really big run on the both of them. Can't quite do it there. He see if maybe he can drop in here, grab the toe, and then make a charge at it. But it looks like that's not going to happen, as I say, because that 987 filled that gap way too quickly. Again, he got another 3-wide move here. You got Bud Steele looking to the top. Oh, look at very, very top. He's got to be careful. There's not a lot of grip up there. Able to make it work. It looks like they got back down to double file there, which is definitely a smart move to do. That gets dicey real fast there. I've seen these guys just jockeying for a position, just moving around every which way, trying to find where they need to go to position their cars to try to get that track position. And if I'm kind of on the edge of my seat just watching them, I can only imagine what it feels like right now for these guys in the seat. Again, Bud Steele running really high there, 3 and 4. He's got a pretty good momentum. He's going to have a good toe with that car in front of him. But man, these guys are just all over the place right now. Say it's hard, and again, I'm trying to keep up with who's where right now on track, but it's just everything's changing so quickly right now. It's at this point I'm just kind of like you guys. I'm just watching, try to keep up with what's going on. I say Shawn Langdon was able to steal the lead that last time by at the start-finish line. However, Levi Cox is still protecting that bottom line. Nobody's been able to steal it from him. So every so often someone will be able to get to his outside, maybe get a lap led, but they haven't been able to clear that 14 car at the moment. So I see one guy blinking out a little bit. We're going to have to be careful about that as well. As close quarters as these guys are, that's definitely something you're going to have to be careful about. So as you see, 2 of those drivers try to move to the outside, then one try to do the same thing. I think it was actually Charles Johnson might be the one that's got the connection drop a little bit there than 28 machine. I'm sure that's something that everybody else is aware of. Oh, it was a big move there. Oh my goodness, that was really aggressive there by the 19. Pretty much went through the grass to get onto the inside of that 14 car. So that's going to be the first not official lead change, but the first lead change where he's able to actually control from the front here. So I think, as I say, that caution's back out again. So he's going to have the lead here as the caution comes out. So try to see, it looks like the 992 may have been involved. And unfortunately, that's the 992 of Jonathan Mew. Let's take a look and see if we can see what happened here. Looks like they were 3 wide. May have actually got a little bit of contact with that 76 car. So we can find a better angle here. So you can see the 76 washes up a little bit. Possibly he may have came down to it. It's hard to see it from that angle. just catches that 982, and that's going to put him into the outside wall. Again, when these things hit the wall, it just pretty much throws them up in the air, and then from there, just the tires grab and just they kind of barrel roll from there. So I say the looks like otherwise, oh, really close call there for that car trying to get around. I think that was the 78, I want to say. Yeah, the 78 sneaking by there. So you got a whole bunch more coming right there behind him, but at that point they're able to clear him. So yeah, definitely not what they wanted to see there for that 992 is definitely not ideal for him. Hey, still, poor guy, still bouncing as this all goes. Oh, as there's another car trying, barely squeaks through there. Oh my goodness. Alright, so let's get back to the current stuff. I think we're going to see a busy pit road. Yeah, and sure enough, here's the 14 coming in as well as the 987. They had not made a pit yet. So at this point, I think their hands were tied. I was saying this is kind of what I was talking about for that. Not exactly how I was expecting it to happen, but they were kind of forced to pit at that point. And it looks like they're one of the few to pit. So they're going to go from being in the top 5 to probably outside the top 15 or so. So they're going to have to definitely do some work to try to get back to the front there. Because as I say, now you got the 19 leading the charge here. You got Bud Steele in second position, Charles Johnson in third, and then I'm saying actually, I think I've caught all of these guys. I mentioned Charles Johnson. So let's see, we got the 995 of Matt Smith. He's running in the 4th position, I believe it is. Yep, started 14th, running 4th. So I'm going to let things cycle around a little bit here. So I say with the pit stops, it's kind of throwing it off a little bit. At the 974, so we've mentioned him earlier. Have not mentioned this 50 machine of David Leclaire. So I've raced with him sometimes. It's always fun racing with him. He started 17th. He's in the 6th position at the moment. And then right behind him is Jack Walls in the 83. Started 20th, is in the 7th position. Who's that hiding right behind? I think that's Corey Lane in the 10. Yeah, so he's been kind of towards the front half for most of this race. So I know we've mentioned Adam Brady already in the 976. See, again, same thing. Yeah, 9th to 9th. He seems to. I think right now. I'm trying to see if he's 9th. Yeah, he might be 11th right now. Actually, no. I think he's 9th with the people that pitted. So he seems to be stuck in that 9th spot. He's just been hanging around there most of the day. We got the 977 of Brendan Hughes, started in the 21st position up into the top 10. Say Michael Spell in the 88, started 32nd and is running 11th. Then we got Ryan Kelly in the 13, started 19th, is currently 19th. I think he may have been one. Yeah, he actually just pitted, so I apologize for that. He's actually a little, I thought he was in the 14th position. I think with his pit stop, though, it's kind of changed things up. Let's see where we got the 908 is further up. There he is. So you got Gaston Ariano. Started 16th, currently 12th. And then we've got, let's see, David Overstreet right behind him. Started 29th, he's running 13th. 63 of Logan Helton. 24th, currently 14th. And then the one who's actually, and I'm a little surprised he has not pitted. I don't know if maybe he didn't realize he had damage, but the 76 of Jim Brooks, to say he's got a missing right front end plate or right front wing on that 76 car, so he's rounding out the top 15. So, but that's, if he doesn't realize that that's damaged and he's not gonna pit here, he's gonna, I think he's gonna be in for a bit of surprise there. So maybe he didn't think he hit him enough, or maybe he didn't think he hit him at all. If it was a net code, or it's hard to say with the way these things are, but that's definitely going to affect the car. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on, to see if that 76 does decide to pit or not. Happened to him, I say he was obviously the pole sitter, and he was up front for a little bit of the races, or not up front in the lead, but he was running with that main group. So something may have happened there, unfortunately. We'll have to see if he gets back out and running. But say up front again, the lights are still on the pacer. I believe they'll come off this time by, I'll say we've got 71 to go. There have been 4 cautions for 15 laps thus far, so we're going to be just about at the 1/3 distance in just a few laps. Probably about just about when we take the restart, it'll be about a third of the way through here. So I take a look. I don't see any pit stop takers, so Yeah, if I'm the guys behind the 76 car, I'm gonna be careful because I have a bad feeling he's gonna be pushing really bad in that car. Say lights are off this time, so he's gonna put it back into the hands of the 19. We're gonna see if he's gonna be able to hold that bottom as well as the 14 was. Say I see the 14. I think since he had lost that track position, he decided, you know what, I'm just gonna top off one more time here. Same thing. Let's say I was at the fuel deficit last time. Might as well have the advantage this time. So he's gonna have about 10 laps fresher fuel than the leaders, so he's going to see if that maybe something that'll work to his advantage here as we get going back to green. So yeah, so you're going to have Shawn Langdon and Bud Steele are going to be the front row here. So I mentioned Bud, usually I feel like he kind of just minds his time and just kind of gets up there when he needs to, but it looks like he decided he wants to try to be up front here early and often. So see if he's able to kind of get that momentum we talked about, try and get that big run on the guys to see if he can make a charge at it here. So we'll hop on board here with the leader of Shawn Langdon. Say is not clutching. You can see what the RPMs are. It's definitely not just letting it idle at this point. I mean, he is running in 6th gear, trying to kind of just lug it around at this point, which is definitely also a way to save fuel. Sometimes you'll see guys push their clutch in just to let it idle. So definitely different options here. I'll say you'll probably see him drop it down here. I'm guessing the 1st or 2nd gear once pace car pulls off and it's about time to go. As they say, there he goes down the 2nd. So now let's hop on the right rear. Keep an eye on that 6 car, Bud Steele. See what these guys are able to make happen here on this restart. So it's all about just reaction time when that green goes out. You can see right there, pretty even between the two of them. So if anything, Bud's able to get a little momentum. Obviously not going to have enough to get around him, especially when you're still getting up to speed. But there's a bit of a gap behind him. He might be able to drop to the bottom, try to steal that little bit of a toe, and then make a charge at it. But at this point, it looks like he's actually content to stay up top here. So that's going to give the 995 Matt Smith a really big run there, just nowhere for him to go. But as I look at this, looking 3 wide outside of him. So it looks like they thought better of it, rolled out of it just a little bit. Saying this is where Bud Steele, if he wants to, he can try to drop below. Here he goes, get that draft, get that little bit of a toe. And say he's got a little bit of help. Nope. Oh, a big move there by the 995. That was a really nice move there. He's going to clear both of them there, getting into turn 1. He's going to take the lead. And say it looked like the 19 was worried about Bud Steele, and the 995 kind of acted like he was going to stay with him, and then just made a big left turn there, dropped to the inside, and jumped around him. So really good move there by that 995. And so now, oh, it's kind of surprising to see him running the top side there, entering. I think I thought he'd protect the bottom, but he ran up top in front of the 6 car. So to keep an eye and see if that's maybe a strategy as well for Matt Smith. But I think at this point now, I don't know. So I feel like the bottom's going to be where you need to be. Oh my goodness, these guys are all over the place. Oh, a little bit of a contact there. I couldn't tell which car that was. So he got the wall a little bit. I think he might be alright. You got to be careful about suspension damage. It looks like his car is not turning as well as it. Oh, as I say that, yeah. I think that was kind of what happened from that one. Let's see. Couldn't tell which car that was. 908 was involved. I don't think that was the main one, though. There was somebody else in there as well. 974. Let's see if that was him or not. That was definitely a moment. Let's go back a little further here. It's the Bitcoin machine. That's the that is the 974. Okay. So he has Mark Rubilis. So let's see. Oh, you can see already see it sideways there. So we'll go back a little further. That actually started a little sooner than that. So you're gonna see here, if I can get a good angle of it. Oh, I think I wasn't far enough yet. Right there, little bit of contact. That's gonna bounce him into the wall. Say that may have damaged that right front just a little bit. These things are super sensitive. So yeah, it may have been a little bit of damage from there, just not let it turn. Of course, the other potential also is just lost some momentum. Everybody's then kind of trying to jockey for position to see where you need to be and everything to make that happen. I was saying, so from here, so you can see he's already pretty high. May have been in the marbles a little bit too. And then let's see, or actually, he's looking all right. Oh, he just gets loose. I was saying, just nowhere for a bunch of these guys to go. So that hits him. So you got a couple cars in the air there. The 83, I think I saw. Get out a little further here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can see a couple of them going around there. So I think that is the 83. Nope, that's not the 83. So yeah, that was not ideal for those guys. Definitely a big incident there. So you can kind of still see a few of them are still trying to get squared away there. Say a couple of them on their lids, they're going to have to take a tow. Probably is going to get them put a lap down, unfortunately. So let me get back up front. Looks like Ryan Kelly may have been the first to pit in the 13. And I think... so I'm still questioning the decision. If I'm looking right, I still don't see a left front end plate on that sheet. You know what though? Let's say I've got the ability. I'll say I'm gonna probably be called biased here, but I'm gonna drag him over because I feel like that's something that they should be aware of. So dragged you over here, Mr. Brooks, into the studio. And say a couple close calls for you. However, I don't know if your crew chief or spotter's kind of dropping the ball for you here, but to me it looks like you're missing a right front wing on your car. Is that what you're seeing on your end too, or no?
Yeah, I'm missing it. We went 3 wide in the corner and I got kind of pushed up, so I tapped the guy and took the wing off, I think. But it's running okay. I'm not going to come in until I...
So I'd be worried about that. I feel like it wouldn't drive very well. I want to say too, with these cars, the front wing should be replaceable without using a fast repairs. I think you can, well, say, although I know you're running VR, I don't know about some of these other guys, so I don't know how easy it is to find all that stuff. But I think if you turn your fast repair off, you can actually get the front wing replaced without using one up. So if you want to, for a future caution, that might be a suggestion for you. Because I was noticing that, I was like, I wonder if that actually is missing or not.
Yeah, no, I have it actually turned off, and I'm not going to lose track position because it's too messy back there. So I'm trying to get it a little more forward. So I'm going to let this stay until when the guys ahead of me pit. Then I'm going to come in, and yeah, I got quick fix turned off. So hopefully they'll. But it drives okay.
I'll say as long as it's driving okay. Like I said, I was definitely a little nervous about the fact, yeah, that you're gonna run out there with it. So I haven't seen too long of a run yet. I say, like we mentioned, a lot of mixed bag right now on the fuel strategy. You got the leaders right, like you right now have been on running 17 laps so far. Then the guys behind you are kind of a range of about 9 to 7 laps since they last pitted. Then the guys that all just came in right now from about 16th or so on back. So definitely a mixed bag there. But like you said, though, obviously it sounds like so track position is definitely going to be the critical point for you guys right now. Yeah,
it is for me. And actually, we're only getting about 21 laps of fuel load because fuel's at 70%. 70%. So those guys up front are going to need to come in pretty.
And that was what I was going to ask too. I'm glad you mentioned this. I wasn't sure what the fuel numbers were. I say obviously they'll be able to go a little further just because of the cautions. However, yeah, like you said though, the fuel strategy is definitely going to play into this one. So I'll say it looks like I think you're going to get the one to go here. So I'm going to move you back in with your guys and say good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
All right, so there you have it. So he does know that the right front end plate or the right front wing is missing on there, but drove okay for him, so he's gonna stick it out here. Doesn't want to lose that track position. So Definitely a gamble. Say it's hard to say if it'll how much better or worse it will drive. I can't see it driving better, obviously, with it. I say lights are off on the pace car. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on. I say he looked like he was able to hold station pretty well with that right front wing missing there, but I just can't see a way that that's going to be not a hindrance for the way that thing drives. So it's just something else to keep an eye out for. See a couple of drivers, same thing, doing that little top-off game here at the very end. We got the 48 of James Ledford, the 44 of Dwight Plush, and then the 992 of Jonathan Mew. And then it looks like I think we've had a few drivers may have officially retired from the race. Is the 941 of Cody Cox, the 071 of Eric Laurie, and the 1 of Gabe Butler. I believe they have officially retired from the event. So they're being shown 36th, 37th, and 38th, respectively. And then you got, right now, the first car 1 lap down is Michael Spell. And then there's a couple cars 2 laps down of Robert Richards, Mark Rebelis, Vernon Barrow, and Diego Vasquez. They're all 2 down. And then Stuart Ovens is in 4 laps down at the moment in the 35th position. However, I'll say lights are off. We're coming through turns 3 and 4 here. It's going to put it back into the hands of Shawn Langdon. And then this time he's going to have to see if he can handle a charge from the 995 of Matt Smith. So let's see if he has any tricks up his sleeve. So I'd say that was a really nice move he made earlier with that little fake down to the bottom and jump around him. So see if he's able to do that one more time. And say the same thing here. We're going to wait for the lights to go green, or I should say wait for the flagman to throw the green flag. And same thing, just try to get on it as quick as possible. Looks like pretty even between the two of them. So we're going to see if that 4th place car, he's going to drop. Yep, he's going to drop right to the bottom. I think that was Adam Brady. So that's the 976 machine. He's going to drop in there. I'm going to see if he's able to say he's going to kind of get that toe, and then he's just going to jump right to the top right off the bat here. So he's not going to have the momentum he needs there to make this one happen yet, but it just might be one of those things that's kind of get in position to make it happen. The problem is, though, he's got Bud Steele on the inside of him, and Bud's getting a really good toe right now. See if he's going to make a charge here. He's going to jump to the top. I don't think he's going to have the momentum yet for this one. And I'm saying right behind him, who's that? That's the 50 of David Leclaire, sorry. Mixing up some food. I think it must be time for dinner or something for me. I apologize, guys. Again, I've raced with David a fair bit. Raced with him here in some other leagues. It's always a fun competitor to race with there. But yeah, they got Bud trying to make that top side work here. That was a big move there. Oh, a little bit of a protect job there. Yeah, these guys are definitely dicing it out again. You can see right now you got about 6 cars all nose to tail, all side by side, 2 by 2 here. Ooh, a little bit of a push there, able to hang on to it for the 976. You can see right now the 6 is a pretty good pusher behind him there. I just don't think it's going to be quite enough. He needs at this point, he's going to need that 19 to make a little bit of a bobble. Saying now you've got I think it's the 995 of Matt Smith right on the back bumper. He's going to actually go 3 wide here. Actually, no, it's not nice. Sorry, I'm trying to tell what numbers are where. Oh, what's a close call there. Able to make it fit. So he's going to see what he can do with this one. So that's going to put Bud Steele to the top. Then now Bud's going to drop the bottom. He's going to look 3 wide here. So we're going to again go 3 wide here for the lead. These guys are definitely dicing it up. And I apologize. Actually, it was the 63 of Logan Helton's one that went for that 3 wide move there. So I'm having a hard time catching all the numbers on. Say I'm learning paint schemes and driver names and all that. So again, looks like they're going to try 3 wide one more time here with these guys. Say they're doing a little braver than I am here, and say okay, looks like Logan's going to give just that little bit, but I say Bud Steele though and Shawn Langdon, they're still running side by side here through 3, through 4. Bud's just a little bit off, but this might be where he can either drop to the bottom just a little bit, grab a toe. As I see in the back there, another looks like caution's back out is another pretty decent sized wreck there. I'll have to take a look, see what happened, and someone didn't get the memo that caution was out. That was a really close call there. I think they got away with it. That was almost a moment as well. So let's take a look, see who's involved in that one. I think the 00 may have been in it. Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he was involved. Let's take a look. Let's go on back here and see what we can see what happened there with these guys. Let's go back to the 00. I think that's where it started. Oh yeah, that's like the 908 just got too high. Caught that left rear corner, just nothing that he could do. And then from there, just you can see they just all get hooked to there. Oh, a big hit by him. So a couple guys trying to see if they can make it through. Looks like a couple guys went underneath him. So I think a few also kind of lucked out there and were able to kind of get that Phantom 4X, if you will, and get away with it. Let's see. Oh, actually, what was that right there? That was a moment. Which car was that? It's a 908 made contact. See what happened between those guys, because that was kind of after everything happened there. Oh, he got a little bit of a shot there, and that just kind of threw him off. Yeah. Oof. And he just misses the end of pit road there. So yeah, a couple really close calls here on this one. So as I say that though, say pits are open. So you can see he's working on gonna get that wing replaced. So it's looks like the 76 finally decided to make his pit stop, and there's that front wing that's back on there. So he's got that taken care of. Probably lost a little bit of track position, unfortunately, for it, but I think it's gonna drive a lot better with one. So we don't have to stress about that anymore, guys. We're okay. So look to see. Trying to see who is, if anybody stayed out there. Looks like the 14 Levi Cox is one that stayed out. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, it looks like the 988, I apologize, of Charles Teed. He is also staying out. So see if maybe just to lead a lap, or if he's got some strategy going on here. So I don't know if I've mentioned Charles or not tonight during the broadcast. Started in the 12th position. Now he's currently leading. I'll just take a look to see if he's going to stay out here, or if he's going to maybe try to maybe this is that kind of that track position game. Because I mean, he's only had 9 laps on his fuel, so that's not too bad for him. Say Levi Cox is the one that's right behind him in the 14. He's got 14 laps, so he's got about 5 more laps than the 998. And to me, it looks. Oh, I don't see any way the 14 can't pit. He's missing the back end of the rear spoiler and everything on that car. So I'm a little confused as to what's happening right here. I feel like he's pretty much has to pit, but he's staying out. Oh, this could be an interesting one. I feel like without any rear spoiler, there's going to be some lacking of downforce there. So I've been wrong before. I thought for sure there's like no choice but to pit there when you had that right front end on the wing missing. So yeah, we're going to see what's going on there. I am very curious, I must admit. However, I'm going to step away while we're under yellow here and get some water, and then I'll be back here before we go green. I'll get back with you guys at the one to go. right, we are at the 1 to go here. Lap 46 of 100, so there's 55 to go. Say just about halfway into this one. Say again, I'm gonna keep a close eye on that 14 car because again, I don't see a rear spoil on it. So hopefully it's a glitch. Maybe it's something that I just didn't catch. But I'm a little nervous about this. I won't lie. Let's say, however, so basically the top 3 have 11 to 16 laps on their tires and field, and then the field behind them from Bud Steele on back, they all came in this time. So you're going to have a little bit of a mixed bag here. Jim Brooks definitely, like mentioned, lost a little bit of track position. He's now in the 20th position after getting that front wing repaired. I think it's about usually a 5-second repair or so. So we're going to kind of see what happens here in the start, see what the 988 can do, and then see what's going on with that 14 car. I'm hoping this is just maybe a little glitch here where it's not showing his stuff, but we were right with the right front wing, so maybe he's thinking there's going to be less drag and he'll be super fast. We'll see, guys. So they're going to be coming off of 4 here. So pace car is about to pull in. It's going to put it into the control of the 988 of Charles Teed. And then from there, we're just going to be waiting for the pace car. Basically, so these guys are kind of moving around a little much. They got to be careful. They need to hold the speed here. So wait for that green flag to fly. So it should be coming just in a second. There it is. Looks like the 14 got a really good jump there. So I don't think it's going to be enough to clear him. It's going to be close, though. He is able to clear that 988. So we're gonna see now what that 14 is able to do if he doesn't have that rear wing or not. I'm a little curious about that still, like I mentioned already. Don't mean to be a broken record. You got Bud Steele's gonna fight for the lead here as well. It's like he is 3 wide. I think that's with that's with the 50 of David Leclaire, holding the 3 wide all the way through there. Oh my, still 3 wide. So these guys are doing a really good job trying to stay tight, but still fighting for a position and keeping it clean. So Bud's got a pretty good run here. Looks like he's going to clear, I believe. Yeah, he's going to be able to clear that 14 car. And I'm saying 14's running all right. So as you see one in the grass. Oh, caution is back out. Looks like the 90. So take a look here. Yeah, he's definitely got some damage here. Let's take a look and see what happened to him. Oh, looks like someone coming up on him quick. That's the 40. Oh, and that's just, man, that's a big hit. And so that's just bad luck. Nothing, he didn't really do anything wrong. Just someone came in with a huge head of steam and just, nowhere really for him to go. I mean, I probably figured he can make that turn pretty safely at that point. Just got popped, unfortunately. So, again, hopefully he's going to make it around here. Hopefully he has the fast repair remaining. So let's get back here. He's working on catching the field back up. So it looks like Bud Steele's going to be the current leader here as they take it again over to the catch that pace car here on the back stretch. So this is going to be, they're going to come around through here. So halfway is going to be right under yellow just in a few minutes, or just in a few laps here. Say right now they're at 52 to go. So I'm gonna step away for a little bit while they're under caution. I don't think we'll see too much strategy from these guys. If anything happens though, I'll definitely jump back in here. But I'll catch you guys here in just a minute. back with the one to go here. So they got Bud Steele currently in the lead. David Leclaire in second place. Third is Matt Smith, and Chad Wilkes is fourth. So we're going to see. So they haven't really been able to get that green flag run. I think some of them are probably hoping to try to get here. I'll say right now, now everybody's the closest they've really been on tires and fuel strategy at this point. Pretty much the highest is 9 laps on fuel, and then right now some of the ones that just topped off. So no more than like a 9-10 lap swing on tires and fuel for these guys. So should be pretty close right now to the kind of the same strategies for a lot of these drivers. Obviously, it'll cycle a little bit based on when they can and need to pit here. But yeah, say right now though, it's gonna put Bud Steele in the lead here. Say just past halfway under yellow, so we got 49 to go out of the 100 laps. And then yeah, so we're gonna see what these guys are able to do here as everybody's cars kind of getting tightened up here in the back of the field. You see that top line still trying to form a little bit there before we get back going here. Okay, that's correct. And then yeah, we're gonna see what these guys can do here. So we'll hop on board. We'll do. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna jump on board with third place. Let's see what Matt Smith's able to do and see on this restart here. Says he's gonna, as soon as he sees that flag go down, the lights go green, he's gonna be on it. And so you got a really good start there. He gets a toe off of Bud Steele, just obviously nowhere for him to go yet. So now his goal is to try to see if he can kind of fill that gap there. Gets a little bit loose. Oh, as I said, it looks like caution came out again on that restart here. Let's see what happened on this one. It's like the 14 was involved. Definitely involved. The 48, the 90. The 44 as well may have been in it. Yeah, definitely some heavy damage to some of these guys. Alright, let's go and take a look back and see what happened there. Looks like a little bit of some stack up with some of these guys. Look like a 992 may have had a bit of a gap. Actually, see right there, I think it's the 98. He's dropping. That doesn't look too bad there. Let's see. Oh, right there, the 90 had something happen to him. Oh, a big checkup behind him. He got a little bit loose. He got hit from behind there. I'm not sure what that big checkup was about, unfortunately. And then just from there on, these guys in the back, obviously they're trying to go full head of steam. Just nowhere for them to go. Some big hits there. So yeah, it's definitely going to, hopefully these guys, again, they had the 2 fast repairs, but I feel like a handful of them have probably used most of them. So that's definitely the same thing again. Throw a little bit of a wrench into some of these guys' plans here. So some of them might just be able to, or have to see if there's anything they can do to get repairs without the fast repair there. So again, I'll say while we're under yellow here, not too much to report on. So I'll step away here, just take a little bit of a break, and then make sure I get back to you guys at the one to go. back. We are 1 to go here. So we're going to have pretty much the same group up front. So not too much change, obviously, because that caution right on the restart there. So it's going to have Bud Steele leading David Leclaire. Matt Smith and Logan Hilton are the top 4. Just had a few more drivers say they're going to pit here under the yellow, maybe top off. Obviously some for damage repair, and some for probably some strategy. I'm sure there's been lots of fuel saving here as well, but I was able to kind of see what the plan's going to be. So we'll see what yeah, we're gonna see what these guys are able to do here. See if they can kind of smooth things out a little bit. Try to start making a better charge here. So I'm sure they're. I said actually, I think. Yeah, I think there may have been an admin decision here to do a single file restart. So you can kind of see these guys are all lined up nose to tail now instead of going double file. So I think the powers that be are a little bit frustrated with how things were going here on these restarts. So one of those things where if the kids aren't acting well, you take a toy away and see if they shape up for later on later on during the day. So appreciate those guys giving it a try. Let's see what these guys are able to do here. So, and I think I have a announcer trying to join me, but I cannot find him. Alright, coming to the green here, so we'll jump back out. So Bud Steele's going to lead the field to green. You can see right off the bat, he's going to jump right to the bottom here, protect that spot, and try to see if he can protect this. David Leclaire, though, he's going to try to see if he can make this top happen. They've got a little bit of a gap in front of him. So if he can, oh, that was a close call between the two of them. I think that actually may have damaged the front wing there. So see if we can get a better look. It looks alright, but as I said, it looks like caution is back out again. Unfortunately, I say 974 was involved. I think he may have just he's towing, may have retired. I'm not sure. All right, let's take a look. See what happened. Looks like he may have just gotten loose there. Maybe I don't know if he's had still some previous damage or not. You can see he's smoking already. I'm gonna say there's some existing damage from that car, and that just. Yeah, I'm going to say that thing just isn't driving the way it's supposed to, unfortunately. So it tries to save it, and unfortunately just hooks the other way around. Yeah, it almost looks like... Also like something on the left rear suspension maybe collapsed from where I'm seeing. You can kind of see how the car is just kind of lifting itself. So, yeah, I think he may have had some other troubles with that machine, unfortunately. Yeah, you can see right there. Yeah, I think he had something happen. Maybe something broke or something was in the process of breaking. I'm not too sure. That's unfortunate though. Yeah, I think he went ahead. He decided to take a tow there. So that's not what he wanted to see for himself. So. Let's say we're going back under yellow here. So you got 42 to go. Say lap 59 of the 100 right now. So say double check. I think trying to see if anybody. So I want to say at the moment looks like I think the 974 has officially retired from the race, as well as the 90 of John Brill, the 00 of Timothy Wright, and the 13 of Ryan Kelly, and then that also goes along with the 993 of Stuart Ovens, 94 of Richard Nash, the 1 of Gabe Butler, 071 of Eric Laurie, and the 941 of Cody Cox. So while things are under yellow, I'll step away again. I'll stay focused on the leader here, and we'll give it one more try here when let's restart just under 40 to go, I believe. Alright, we're back on the one to go here. Again, it looks like they've switched it to the single file. So we'll see. Say, looking at strategy wise, again, we've had a fair share under yellow, so say, even though the top, the top 11 are showing that they've pitted around 18, 19 laps ago. Obviously, they've used minimal fuel at this point. The next group is about 13 laps on fuel. Levi Cox has 8, and then the ones that pitted under this last caution are Jack Walls, Mitchell Wilkes, Brendan Hughes, and Robert Richards, Les Levy, James Ledford, and Dwight Plesh. Those are, so that we have 27 still on the lead lap here. The two that are still are, you have Diego Vazquez is 2 laps down right now in the 28th position, and then 29th is Vernon Barrow, who is 4 laps down at the moment. So it's going to be under control again by Bud Steele. I'm guessing he's going to kind of have the same plan. You're going to have to protect that bottom side. As you saw at the beginning there, David Leclaire tried to definitely make a run for him on it. And actually, I want to take a look at that. Let's go to the gearbox here. Take a look at the front wing. Look, I don't know. To me, it looks like it's a little bit crinkled. Could just be me. I'm not sure. But we're gonna. Yeah, that left front definitely has a little bit of damage to that left front wing. So it's gonna be something to keep an eye on there. And you can see it's kind of the same boat as last time. These guys are gonna try to protect that bottom side because again, the draft is just so big here. So he's gonna run that bottom. Try to make sure that they can't jump underneath him here because again, you want to be able to try to control these starts. And it's tough to pass, so this is definitely, I think this is the right strategy to do for him at this point. As I say that, of course, David Clare, he's going to try to make that top side work. He's got a little bit of help behind him. It's just, as I say that, they're looking 3 wide. I think that's Matt Smith. Yeah, it is 995 in the middle. And I think that is Logan. Oh, this is getting dicey, and I saw some contact there. So, yep, and they're coming back on the track there. I think that was the 50. Oh, as they're wrecking still behind him. Oof, that was a close call there too. Alright, well, so it was 3 wide up there with the leaders. That did not go well. Let's go ahead and go back and take a look here. So he was already in there. We go. So I went too far back there. Apologies. Here we go. So we take a look here at the 50 machine. So we'll go slow here because it's happening all really fast there. They're getting really dicey. So it looks like oh, he tried to make a cut, kind of cut under. Looks like I think it was a 28 he caught. So he catches the inside wall. It's just going to throw him right back on the track. So he hits the wall there. And then behind him, say some other cars got caught up in that one. Oh, yeah, people are starting to check up and just some of them didn't see what was happening there probably. I'm running obviously super slow-mo, so this is all happening real quick here. I think the 28 was also involved there. Let's take a look. I think that's where he tried to make that move. Yeah, it was the 28. I'll say we'll actually go on board here. You'll be able to see and watch how fast this all happens. Just nothing. There's just absolutely nothing Charles could do there. Just all of a sudden there's a car just to his inside. I say apologies for the disappearing. I say his connection is not the greatest at the moment. So let's move back over here to the front. So Bud Steele's going to go ahead and pit from the lead here. So he might be looking at a pit window where maybe he can make it on one more stop, possibly. Maybe some of the other guys might be still a little bit tight on fuel, so definitely some strategy involved on this one here. So it looks like the 995 is going to be the leader as things cycle through. So I'm trying to see. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of a mixed bag here strategy-wise. So yeah, so while we run under caution here again, I'll step away from us. I don't think you guys want to hear me rambling nonstop, so I'll hop on board though this time with the leader here, and then I'll jump back on once we get to the one to go. Alright, we are back on the one to go. We're on lap 67 of 100. So there's 34 laps to go, say just about at the 2/3 distance mark. I'm saying got a couple of the 9-digit guys up front. So say you got Matt Smith in the 995 car leading the field here. Right behind him is the 908 of Gaston Ariano. And then in third place is Charles Teed in the 988. So those guys are right now are leading the way. Say it's definitely a good way for them to try to get their way into the league full time, get a 2-digit number. Say being up front is definitely one way to get it done. Hopefully, obviously, I think from there the main goal is going to be to keep it clean here. It looks like we had 2 more retirements. Unfortunately, the 50 of David Leclaire, who was in that last trick, and then Charles Johnson in the 28, who was actually the car that the 50 came in contact with there. So those are out of the race now. Say Diego Vasquez and Vernon Barrow are still running. Diego's actually now only 1 lap down, so if he gets 1 more caution, he'll be back on the lead lap here. And there's currently 25 cars on the lead lap at the moment. I'm say so it's coming around 3 and 4. Let's say they're gonna go pace cars and pull off, and let's see what these guys are able to do again here. So you can see they're kind of trying to peek around a little bit, trying to see where they need to be. Let's say as the green comes out, 985 gets a pretty good start there. So they actually got a little gap between the top two to that third position. So as I say that, you see the 14 try to make a dive underneath there. Not sure if he was able to make it happen. Still working on it though, you can see there. I think, yeah, so at the moment he's still holding on to that spot. I was saying this is where, again, this is where they start jumping around trying to find the right lane to take us, saying they're still going after, say, 2x2 this time entering turn 3. So it looks like the 995 is going to hang on to it for now. So I think it's still the 908 who's right there behind him. And from there on, it's pretty much anyone's guess. You got the 14 has moved up into the third position. Right outside of him, I believe, was the 19. And say they've been running up front earlier in this race, so they're going to be kind of trying to dice their way back up to the front as well. They've got slightly fresher tires and a little bit more fuel. Again, under the L is probably not too much of use. So that 14 is going to get all the way to the back bumper of the leader, the 995 here. He's going to try to hold that spot for right now. As I saw a little bit of a push there. Yep, and unfortunately that brings out a caution. Couldn't quite tell. It's the 908 and I believe the 10. So I definitely saw the 908 on that one. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Let's see what happened there for him. Oh, yeah, it's definitely not going to end well there. So let's jump over to the 908 here. As I saw he was definitely involved in this one. So he's running that top, so you can see him in that. Oh, yeah, the 998 or 988 washes up bad. The 83 also gets involved. He gets into the wall a fair bit, so that's going to definitely damage his suspension. And then just from there, they're kind of along for the. Oh, right behind him. Oh my goodness, there's another one involved there. Couldn't quite catch the number. He's riding on his lid. Oh my goodness, I say he's riding that safer barrier the whole way through. Man. So I'll try to see if I can try to catch which number so we can figure out what happened there behind him. I'm going to take a pause here, see if I can catch some of the car numbers on there a little further back. So Bud Steele was there. He was a little bit further back. But still a little further back from them even. So he's at 131. There we go. So the 963, I think, is the number. No, it's not the one. Is it the 993? Or let's see here. Going through the numbers real quick. No, not the 993. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I may have. Let me get back to the front group here. Let's pause it real quick again. Actually, this might be a good view. Let's go to the 36 machine. Might be able to get a pretty good shot from here. Oh yeah, they just checked up a little late. Just nowhere for some of them to go. And probably, well, looks like 36 may have gotten away with that one. But yeah, so unfortunately we're back under yellow here. So I think, so that's gonna put the 80 of Diego Vasquez. That's gonna put him back on the lead lap. I'll say he stayed persistent. I'll say fortunately for him, unfortunately for some of the others, I'll say have gotten those cautions that he's needed. I'll say, and so he's worked his way back now onto the lead lap here. And so he's gonna be able to dice it out again for the lead or for the lead lap here and see what he's able to make happen. So I'll say definitely one of those things is they just need your brakes to go the right way. So unfortunately, looks like that wreck may have also taken out the 98 of Roy Wheeler. Looks like he has retired from the race. So I say that I think that's going to bring us down to, well, I'll say we'll be back to the 25 on the lead lap now, or sorry, 24 on the lead lap now. Once this all cycles through. And then I think the 980 up, the 989 was able to get back going. I say he did, I'm sure he used one of the faster pairs. However, he did get stuck a lap down on that situation. So He's going to now be hoping for a yellow so he can get back onto the lead lap as long as he's not involved in it. So say definitely going to see a little bit more strategy on that front. The one I'm curious about pit-wise, though, he can probably just about make it on one stop, is the 995 right now, the leader of Matt Smith. He's showing he's on lap 29 of this run. Again, it's been mostly under yellow this latter half of the race here. So yeah, so that's gonna be one to also keep an eye on here. So I'll say while we let this go through here, I'm gonna step away again for a little bit so I make sure I get back on the one to go, and then we'll kind of keep an eye on, see what kind of strategy these guys are able to play out here for the remainder of this race. Let's say with the 29 to go, I wonder if someone's gonna try to maybe top off on the one to go and see if they can stretch it to the end possibly. So I'll be back here shortly with the green white checkered TV. Alright, we are back on the one to go here. So you got Matt Smith leading the way. So Shawn Langdon's been able to work his way up now into the second position. Let's say you got Charles Teed in third, Chad Wilkes in fourth, and Mitchell Wilkes in the fifth position. Say pit-wise, it looks like Logan Helton, James Ledford, Corey Lane, they all pitted when the pits had opened. And then for those that topped off on the one to go, looks like Levi Cox in the 14, Diego Vasquez in the 80. Again, he's the one that just got that wave around, so I'd say it seems like a perfect move to me there. And then the 78 of Donald Stewart. So we'll have to see if those guys maybe are going to try to make some fuel mileage here, see if they can stretch it as far as they can. Definitely going to be something to keep an eye on for strategy-wise. I'll say, but up front though, say it's going to be Matt Smith leading the way, and I'll say I know Shawn Langdon. I'll say he's been quick, so I think he's going to be one that's going to want to try to get back to the front here, see if he can control this race here. All right. So pace car's coming around out of 4. Gonna wait and see. So you see him pull off right there. So it's gonna put it into the hands of Matt Smith. It's gonna wait for the green flag to fly. And then say from there on, I'll say now he's gonna get going here. So he's gonna have to keep an eye on his back bumper there, like I said, for that 19 car. I don't see any way that 19's not gonna try to make a run here. I'm gonna say because he's been quick, and he's definitely been one that's been wanting to try to stay towards the front if at all possible. As I say, that he's jumping to the bottom there, so I don't think there's gonna be much he can do about that at this point. So say we'll take a look here. Let's go on board with the 19. So you can see right there he's able to clear that 995, so he's gonna take the lead. And I say we've seen, I think him and a few others, I think the 14 was one, they've definitely protected the bottom. So Yep, you're going to see it right there. He's going to go straight to the bottom. The 995 is going to see if he can get around him. But I just don't know if he's going to have quite enough to clear on entry. Just barely didn't make it there. So yeah, it's going to keep it in the hands of the 19 car. You can see right there, they're still nose to tail in the exit. But I say that 995 is not going to get the run he needs though. So you can see right there, right behind him though, the 987 is going to kind of jump on his bottom. And then you got the 988s running the top side there through 3 and 4. Really tight there between the two of them. And say, but looks like I'll say that 95 was holding his station pretty well. 97 thought about working that bottom side. Couldn't quite make it happen here. So we'll take a look up front, see if he's able to clear him or not. He is, just goes across the nose. The 995 is going to take the lead back there. I'll say, so now see what his plan's going to be. If he's going to try to stay at the bottom or if he's going to let that 19 go back by again. And sure enough, looks like he's going to open that door back up here. So actually I want to go left front. So you can't quite see where that 19 is. On the onboards, I say it looked like he had cleared him. And say then coming up behind them, looks like Bud Steele's worked his way now up into the 3rd position. So we see that 985's, he's got some pretty good speed here. He's been able to make that charge there and get that entry into the turns there and get the lead. So see if he's able to get that momentum he needs. You can see he's trying to pinch that 19 a little bit just to slow that momentum down. I say right now he's going to drop behind him and grab a little bit of oh, the 19 throws a bit of a block there. Really slows down the momentum of that 995. So it could have definitely been, oh, as I say that, no, another big one. So I saw 76 was involved there. So caution's going to be out again. So you definitely saw the 76 was involved in that one. So we'll jump back and take a look here. Let's go over here. There we go. This will be a good angle of that. Oh, he just gets hooked there on someone trying to put it 3 wide. Couldn't quite tell which car that was. And then from there, just so many cars in a small amount of space. You can see it collected a bunch of them here. Oh man, you can see the barrel rolling there in the foreground as the other cars try to get back going again. So gonna be some more fast repairs using this. I say 44 was there involved as well. So it looks like he had to maybe park it. See what he was able to see here. So you can just kind of see he's on the brakes, just there's just really nowhere to go. The track's almost pretty much blocked at that point. Just about had it clear as it just catches the corner of him. I saw the 14 car was there as well. He may have snuck through. Now he's got a little bit of nose damage, but that's definitely fixable. So yeah, no, that was, so there's that one guy barrel rolling. Man, that was a big one to say the least. So say we're gonna get back up here to the front. Let's say we've got 23 to go here. So I think again you're gonna definitely see some pit stops for those that had damage. I see some of the leaders in as well. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say probably everybody's gonna be able to make it from here on fuel who pit now. So I think that's gonna be the strategy for a lot of these guys at this point in the race. Says Shawn Langdon's going to be one of the ones leading him off. It looks like Bud Steele staying on the track. He will be the leader as things cycle through here. And then unfortunately it looks like that took out a few more competitors. It looks like Jack Walls that took care of him for this one unfortunately, as well as Dwight Plesh. They've also retired from the event. However, it looks like that we mentioned for David Overstreet, it looks like he just got his wave around here. If I'm not mistaken, I just want to make sure I'm on the right driver here. So I'm showing him on the tail end of the lead lap. Well, I see the 930 being waved around, so he may have actually been involved. So I'll have to wait for everything to cycle through and double check to see if he is on the lead lap again or not. I think it actually may have been the 930 of Vernon Barrow who may have got the free pass there. So I'm showing him now 3 laps down instead of the 4. So I'll let everything cycle through and double check to see once that happens here. So the leaders are coming through 3 and 4 here. So I'll step away real quick, let things cycle through here, and we'll see how everything shakes out once once they get back lined up here for the one to go. Alright, looks like we are on the one to go. So basically the top 7 all stayed out. They've got anywhere from about 17 to 11 laps on their tires and fuel. And then from 8th on back, starting with Shawn Langdon, they all pitted under this yellow. And so I feel pretty confident from here that those that pitted can probably make it to the end. Maybe they have to save a little bit. I'll say these cars with the drafting, you can really save a lot of fuel. So it'll be interesting to see what these guys are able to make happen. So I got a few new faces towards the front. I'd say Art Peck in the 36 car. That very, very multicolored tie-dye type paint scheme on the 36 car. He is running in the 4th position. So you can take a look there. Is definitely be one that's not hard, or yeah, definitely not one that's easy to miss. So say hopefully that'll help help his cause out for the remainder of this race here. I'll say back up front though, it's gonna be Bud Steele leading the way here, and so say we're gonna wait for him to get going here on this restart. So again, they've switched it over to single file from double file, trying to help things out a little bit. And then so say once the green goes out, you'll see Bud get going, and Michael Spell's going to see if he can hang tight with him and try to stay in touch and see if maybe he can make a run for the lead here as well. So say as I say that, it's like green flag is back out. And you see already the think it's the 976 of Adam Brady's kind of trying to make that top line work. But Art Peck's going to jump to the bottom immediately. He's looking like he wanted to try to see if he can make that 3 wide happen. Grass came up too quick, though. He definitely had to fall into line there. So you can see up top, though, that that 976, though, he's trying to see if he can make that top side work. Hasn't got the momentum he needs yet, but he's definitely making a pretty solid charge at the moment on him. So let's say right now he's kind of by himself, though, so although he got a really, I think he's going to clear him here entering turn 1. Yeah, say that's going to put the 976 here in the lead. Really good run there off the exit by Adam Brady, and looks like the 36 is also going to follow through here at Art Peck. So maybe Bud has some strategy here. Maybe he's just going to try to ride in a safe spot, save some fuel. You never can tell. So he's like, and he's pretty wily. He's always got some strategies, and I've seen him work pretty often. As I say that, though, he makes a charge there into turn 3. Doesn't quite get to the inside of the 976 machine. He's able to still hang on to that lead. Let's say get Art Peck, though, again in the second spot. He's got a big run. He's going to drop to the bottom. And you can see right behind them there, they're starting to really start getting dicey again here, trying to find who needs to be where and just try to get that little bit of track position. Because, again, I believe these guys can probably make it here. So I think this is one of those deals, too, where they're kind of trying to jockey for position of who's going to be the first of the like that's got the most amount of fuel. As I say, the 3 wide here looking for the second and third position. As I say, that contact, that was a big hit there. I say I don't think that's, I'm pretty sure it's going to bring out a yellow, and yep, there it is. That was the 88 involved there. I believe that was Dwight Plesh, or sorry, Michael Spell in the 88. I'll say, not sure if he's, yep, his car is moving again. Not sure if he has any fast repairs remaining or not. Let's go back and take a look here. I'll say just another one of those deals, just the 3 wide just is not working. So it looks like the 19 tried to arc him, get kind of an arc to get into the turn. So I'll try to take a look here. Oh, it looks like the 88 tried to turn in, just maybe wasn't quite cleared yet. So he catches the wall, and I'm saying from there, he's just along for the ride. So you can see right there, looks like at least on this case, a little bit of a close call there, but looks like the other drivers were able to stay away from him on that one, so it was just a single car incident on that front. But definitely a moment, say a couple guys trying to go through the grass to not get involved in it. Sure that caught their attention as well there. So it looks like Michael's able to, at least for now, still. So the car is driving. I see him trying to catch up to the field here. Hopefully, it's like, I'm guessing he's going to try to see if he can get a fast repair taken care of. So I also see the 908 running slow. I'm not sure, maybe he's waiting for the 80, although it looks like he's got some damage to the toe of that car. You can see he's having to crank that thing all the way to the right to keep it straight. So he's doing, I think, everything he can to try to get it back to the pits here as well. You can see the damage on that thing. So you'll see the 88 here go by, I believe, in just a moment. Oh, yeah, I'm running at half speed, apologies. There we go. Okay, so yeah, he wound up taking a tow here instead. And say, oh, it's kind of the same vote for the 88 car. You can see he's just having to crank that wheel all the way to the left, about 90 degrees to try to keep it just to go straight at this point. So we'll see if he's got a fast repair left. He's going to hop in here. I'm thinking he must have one left if he's still hanging out here. So let's say fall in his pit stop and see if that wheel's. Yep, I see a wing back. I see there you go. So he's back in shape here. He's going to see if he can make another charge after this one. So then he's going to be off and on his way again. And then up front, I see the 39 coming around, I believe. Yeah, it looks like Mitchell Wilkes got the wave around on this one. So he's going to come back onto the lead lap. I'll say he'll be able to make a charge as well. He was involved, I think, in this. Not this most recent yellow, but the one before that. I think he was involved and had to take a tow. That put him a lap down. So he's going to be back in the running on this one as well. So he'll be able to challenge as well here. Say I saw the 80 just come out. Say the 80 was one that got one of the earlier lucky dogs. So at this point, looks like the 908 and the 989 are two that are still one lap down at the moment. Although it looks like the 908 just retired, so I think that leaves just the 989 being one lap down, so he'll be one to see about trying to get one of his laps back. But up front, though, it is Adam Brady who's leading the field here. And say we've got 15 to go. And so they've already been really aggressive, and say if it's only going to kind of escalate from here, I feel like at this point, because it's going to be, say, coming, they'll probably restart with about 12 to go or so. So I'll double check here. I don't think we're going to get the one to go this time by, so I'll say if so, I'll keep an eye on the pace car here, and if so, I'll step away for just a moment. So we've got some decently long caution laps here. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to step away for just a bit here, and I'll definitely be back here on the one to go before we go green. Alright, coming off of turn 2, say the lights are off on the pace car here. Say it's going to be Adam Brady leading the field. Say behind him you've got the 36 of Art Peck. Then you've got the 19 of Shawn Langdon in third. The 10 of Corey Lane is running in the 4th position, and then the 987 of Chad Willocks is in the 5th position. So those are the top 5 at the moment. I'll say I don't expect that'll stay for more than a lap after the restart, because as you've seen, these guys are really dicey right off the bat. And say just the way these things run is just, yeah, there's no way of keeping up with them. And say, as I did mention though, I love the paint scheme on the 976, the Grand Theft Auto Redwood paint scheme. For those of you that have played that game, I recognize that paint scheme from the game, so that's a pretty cool one that he's running there, Adam in the 976. So say pace car is off, wait for it to go green, and so they're going to go back after it here with 12 to go once they take the start finish line here. Say a pretty good start there. Say the 36 is thinking about trying to make a run. Say 976 is going to take the bottom side. So that's going to open up the outside, see if the 19 can make a charge here. So he's going to get a good draft. So the problem is now he's kind of stuck in the middle here. So with that 976, he's not going to be able to cut to the bottom. And so he went to the top side. That really opened the door there for the 36 of Art Peck there to take the lead here off of turns 3 and 4. So let's put the 36 out in front, and now you got the 976 and the 19 nose to tail here. So as you see, they're starting to dice around again. I think that was the 987. Chad Wilkes, yeah, running that second groove here. Oh, a little bit of contact, big slide. Oh, he gets hooked, and up and around he goes. So I think that was the 987 there, as he's still doing some spins here. Oh, there's another car up under on his lid. I think that is... I think he may have actually jumped out already, so I can't tell you for sure. I think that was the 88, though. Yeah, I think that was the 88 there. So I guess I maybe got a little bit of a bump. I'm not sure there, but that was a moment. So let's go back here and take a look. Let's get to the 988. 988, not the 998. Or I'm sorry, 987. There we are. Wonder why something was looking wrong there. Alright, so let's take a look here. Oh, just a little bit of contact there, and that was enough to get him loose, and it just all happened so fast, there's just really nothing you can do. Let's say, so he went along for a ride there, and then I think you're going to see the 88. Yeah, it looks like he just went by. Oh, actually, there's another car there that he drilled, and he got drilled up into the catch fence. Try to take a look at what that car was that he got into, because I didn't see that car initially. Who is that? I can't make out a number on that car, unfortunately, guys. But yeah, again, that was unfortunate. Another big moment there. Say so. Caution is back out here. We're gonna jump over to the leaders. So that's gonna still lead is up front here with Art Peck in the 36. Looks like unfortunately that was all she wrote for Michael Spell. So he has retired from the race as well. So you try and keep an eye. So I see Chad Wilkes. I think he may have got, yep, he got that fast repair, and I think he was able to hang on to the lead lap there. So I'll give him keep him in contention here. Although I see a little bit of some, I don't know if that's just dust or not. So we saw that earlier with one of the other drivers, and the car just looped it on him. So hopefully that's not the case. I'm going to take a look as he gets into 3. I'm hoping it's just maybe a dusty infield there. So I don't see, no, I still see the smoke. So I'm not sure on this one. Go on board here and see if that wheel is pointing straight. Oh, you can see right there that right front is not on the ground. Yeah, I think he's got more troubles than he would be bargaining for at this point. So we'll have to take a look and see. I don't know if he has a fast repair or not remaining. But you can see that left front's doing fine, but that right front's got nothing. You can kind of see just how unstable that car is there. So we'll say we'll ride on board here and see if he's got one or not left. So it'd be a shame, unfortunately, for his night. Oh, end that way. And that looks better there. So I think he still had one remaining, or yeah, at least one remaining. So, or was he up in the jack stands? Actually, I think I may have jinxed myself there. So it looks like he's out of the car. So we'll have to wait, and I'll keep an eye on the timing and scoring for him there. Let's see what we can find out there. So in here you can see the very tie-dye colors of the number 36 for Art Peck. So they were still coming around here. So while we're riding under caution, I will step away again. Say we are within the 10 to go. Say we haven't got to the green-white checker territory yet. However, here at the Area 51 Racing League, there are 3 attempts at a green-white checker should they need it. So that's going to be something to keep an eye out for as well, potentially. So I'll step away for a moment, and then I'll join you guys back once we're in the 1 to go. Alright, pace car is coming around turn 2 here. Say down the back stretch, so say it's going to be Art Peck leading the way, Adam Brady in second, Shawn Langdon in third, Corey Lane in fourth, and Levi Cox rounds out the top 5. Say, unfortunately, it looks like Chad Wilkes did have to retire, so I think that damage was too much for him to continue. So he has retired from the race. I think that'll put him in the 20th position once everything cycles through. Right now there are 17 cars on the lead lap, with Matt Smith and Jonathan Mew rounding out those 16th and 17th positions on the lead lap there. With David Overstreet is still 1 lap down, so if another caution comes out, he will be able to get a wave around as long as he's not involved and back on the lead lap here. So definitely one to keep an eye on as well. So as I say, that pace car is about to peel off here. And then we're going to get back racing and see what these guys are able to do. See a couple of them kind of leaving a bit of a gap just to kind of have that safe distance, I feel like. So green flag is out. Art Peck's going to lead the charge here. So you can see right there the 976. Adam Brady's already trying to see if he can make a move there. Tries to make the top work there. That's going to open the door for the 19. The 19's going to jump to the bottom here. See if he can make the charge. Looks like he's gonna clear, and then he's gonna jump to the middle, now to the top, kind of lead that group here and see if he can find a way to get around there. The 36 machine, he's gonna clear him. So really, as I say that, another big one there behind there. Couldn't quite catch some of the numbers. The 976 was involved. Trying to see. He's got some significant damage there. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness, that's a large wreck there. Let's see if I can find see if we can see what happened from here. I think just another case of 3 wide. Oh, 36 gets into, I think that was a 63. And he just takes a shot there. Got ricochets back down the track and just nowhere for that last car to go, unfortunately. So as long as so the numbers at the 989, as long as he wasn't, as I say, that barely squeezes through there. So as long as the 989 was not involved, I believe he will get the free pass here. And so I think we'll still be, we got 5 to go as I'm working on catching everything here back up. We got 5 to go here, so I think that won't get to green-white checker yet at this point. So we'll still have the opportunity for the 3 of those. I think we'll probably restart with 2 to go or somewhere along those lines here. So while these all cycle through here, I will step away and I'll get back on here once we get the 1 to go here, and then we'll see what these guys are able, what kind of charge these guys are able to make here at the end here on Green White Checker TV. All right, so they're off turn 2 on the backstretch here. So we're gonna have basically an unofficial green-white checker because I say we have not got to that point yet. So they're gonna restart with 2 to go here. Should a caution come out, they'll do it one more time. Should they make it to the start finish line to take the white flag, from then on out, they'll have to go all the way back around for the checker, even if there is an incident on the white flag lap. So let's just wait and see what they're able to do here. Say Shawn Langdon's going to lead the way. We got Art Peck in second, Corey Lane in third, Levi Cox in fourth, and Craig Forsyth is in the fifth position. I don't think I've mentioned the 131 of Craig Forsyth much, if at all, today. So he's kind of been taking it easy. I feel like just trying to stay out of trouble at this point in that 131 machine. So we'll see if he's able to make a late race charge here and maybe try to steal a few more positions here at the end. So a pace car is off. It's going to put it into the hands of the 19 of Shawn Langdon once the green flag comes out, as they're running to the back of each other in the back of the group there. So we'll see if that brings the yellow out or not. So far it has not, so we'll have to wait and see here. So we're at the 2 to go. So right now the 19 is going to protect that bottom, which is going to give the 36 a pretty good run here on the top. That's how the 19 was able to get around him. So we're going to see where the help is. Let's say if he's able to get a bit of a tow or not. I think they're going to start getting pretty dicey here. Try to force the 3 wide possibly. Say Corey Lane backs out of it though. He's going to stay here up top. Kind of following Art Peck right there. But say on the inside there is, I didn't catch the car number. Oh, really close there. As they're bouncing around there. I think it was James Ledford actually in the 48th, is the one I was looking for. As they take the white flag, so this will be the last lap here, even if there's an incident involved. It says my thing hasn't up to date. It still says 2 to go. There it goes. So you're going to see Shawn Langdon. I believe he's going to have to protect the bottom here, but it's going to open up the door for people like James Ledford to try to make that top happen. And he's going to have to protect a bunch of lines at once here. As you see, they're starting to dice around a bunch there. Say up top, he's got a good run. It's just going to be if he can get the momentum he needs to here off of 3 and 4. So you can see the 19 kind of pushed him up a little bit. And say now you're going to have the charge to the finish. And he's going to have a lot of lanes to block here. He's trying to block that middle of the top line. Gets a bit of a bump. So I think that's going to be Shawn Langdon. Looks like he's going to take the win here. So let everything cycle through. But it looks like Shawn Langdon's going to win that race. They're waiting to see how the timing and scoring scrolls through here. So that's obviously not going to be accurate on this part. That's just still showing the live timing and scoring on this one. Let's say really close finish there. Let's say we'll go back here and take a look there at that finish, because that was a close one at the start finish line. So get the right angle here. So we'll go real slow. You look right there. You can see. So that was so it was so fast I couldn't even catch it quick enough. Here we go. You see Bud Steele trying to give him a shove to try to see if he can get himself just a little bit further up. So it looks like it's going to be Shawn Langdon, followed by James Ledford, Bud Steele in third. And I believe the 19 of Craig Forsyth is going to be finishing in the 4th position here. So we're going to hop back over to the 19 car. We'll get back over to him to the start-finish line here. Let's watch him do some celebration. So he didn't even make it to the start-finish line. You want to celebrate early before he got to the yard of bricks there. So as he gets a shot there as he's doing his donuts there. So let's say we'll take a look to see as everything goes through here. So he's still doing burnouts. So let's go take a look to see if we can grab some of these drivers here for interviews. See if I know Bud Steele's going to be around. So say we'll start with him in the 3rd position here. So I grabbed Bud Steele here in the number 6 machine. So you were up front early, then kind of looked like the pit cycle kind of moved you around, and then saw you give that big shove to the 19 down the front stretch to take the checkered. So I guess that was more of to try to give yourself a chance to gain another spot or two if the position opened up there.
Yeah, Guy. Yeah, I didn't have much choice but to go there to try to gain a position. Whew, that was a long. That was a long.
Yeah, so it's definitely a challenging one to start the segment off. But say it's definitely, I'm sure there'll be plenty of things you guys will be able to go over on the admin front and um, kind of go after them on the future races. And say there's always ways. Say sometimes those races are good ways for the drivers to learn and kind of improve from there. So. So you were able to hang on to it though. Say, did you have any kind of strategy during that race? I'm sure it kind of changed a lot as the cautions kind of kept falling there.
Well, this is one of those tracks that you just got to take what you can get, but not force the issue until towards the closing laps. Um, yeah, we've already got a somewhat of a plan for going forward as far as getting things calmed down in these races. But yeah, I kind of screwed up there and forgot all about pitting with less than 20 to go. We're right at 20 to go. So I had to go the back and try to work my way back up again, which uh, with those cautions, it happened.
Yeah, so you're able to make your way back up there. Obviously, not quite what you're looking for, but say still a good way to charge to get to at least the third position there at the end. And saying, want to give you any opportunity for any maybe anybody who was watching or any thanks or shouts you'd like to give for your results tonight.
Oh, you broke up, guy.
Oh, apologies. Yeah, just wanted to see if you any thanks or shouts you'd like to give for your run tonight here.
Well,
Here.
just congratulations at everyone that lived through this one, and next one should be much better as far as cautions go. That was a nice close finish here at the end, and pretty exciting.
Yeah, it was definitely a really close finish there at the end. So I'll say good run again. So able to recover back up to the third position there at the end. So I'm going to catch up with James Ledford, who I believe finished in the second position.
All right, thanks, Gael.
All right, caught up here with James Ledford in the 48 machine, able to grab the second position. Looked like you had a really good chance of making that charge there on the top side. Just didn't quite have the momentum you needed there at the end. Say, did you have like in hindsight anything else you would have tried there towards the end of that race?
I'm not really sure. I'm happy with second because this really isn't my best track or anything.
Yeah, so at one point it looked like you had the momentum you needed there. Just unfortunate to say once towards the it looked like that last lap everybody started jockeying everywhere, so maybe just didn't get that push you needed. But still, as overall though, a really good run for you. Did you have any strategy like right at the beginning and then try to make the charge towards the end, or just kind of wait, kind of see how the race fell to you?
No, I didn't have a strategy, but the bottom opened up on the start, so I took it and I passed a couple cars there.
All right. Well, I'll say it's a good start for you. Like I said, especially if this was not one of your best tracks to come out of here with a second place finish. Want to make sure I give you an opportunity for any thanks and shout outs you'd like to give for anybody watching or anything along those lines for tonight.
Just all the Area 51 admins for putting together the league.
All right. I'll say we'll appreciate that, and I'm sure that some of the admins have their work cut out for them after tonight. I'll say I was talking to Bud about that, and there's gonna obviously be sometimes that's just the best way to go to kind of help things grow from there. Got to have those bad races to improve things from there. So I'll say I know I've run plenty of races with you guys, so this one was a little bit rough, but I'm sure you guys are going to bounce back well next week.
Yeah, we had a really good turnout for this race.
Yeah, so you guys definitely had a really good group there. It looks like just about 38 or 39 cars entered the race for tonight. So yeah, so I'll say really good run for you in tonight's race, James, and say look forward to catching you next time.
All right, thanks.
All right. Unfortunately, I'm not finding our winner, Shawn Langdon, in the 19 machine. So, say just while we're doing that, though, I will give you guys the race rundown here. Once I find it. So we got the results here. So here's the top 10. So Shawn Langdon wins the race, able to stay in front of James Ledford there by 0.02 of a second. Bud Steeler just 500 seconds up ahead, and then say beat Craig Forsyth by 0.005 of a second. So that's how close those top four were. In fifth was Art Peck, sixth Corey Lane, in seventh was Jim Brooks, eighth was Mitchell Wilkes, ninth was Les Levy, and rounding out the top 10 was Donald Stewart. So you'll see the remainder of the results here tick through there as I go through. And so, again, they'll be here again. They'll be racing again next week with the Indy cars. Say they run multiple races through the season, through the night, or sorry, multiple nights through the week here. And then I'll be broadcasting their next Cup race on Thursday for that segment opener, and then I'll be back again next week, of course, on Tuesday for their next race that they have with the Indy cars as well here. So here's the 21st through 30th. So then this is the remainder of the 31st through 39th. Some of the guys, unfortunately, just did not have a good night. However, I say so. So that's the results here from Indy. So I appreciate you guys all staying tuned for this one. And just want to thank you all for Green White Checkered TV. Again, my name is Kyle Brooks. Appreciate you guys watching. And I'll catch you all on Thursday. So hope everybody has a good evening. Stay home, stay safe, wash your hands, and hope everybody takes care and has a wonderful evening.